August 27, 2025.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, we're starting.
We didn't have Dr. Meeker.
Who, present, who's present?
I'm here. Selectmen's rep, Pete Georgiantis.
Susan Tucker.
Amy Pollock.
Patty Gale, Planning and Zoning Assistant.
Gene Walker.
Andrew Chaplin.
Jane Raymond.
David Neiman.
Okay, we have some correspondence, we have to do some action to send to the planning board, and the first Conservation Commission recommended need to be forwarded to the select board and the tax collection for potential tax deeding of property for unpaid 2022 property tax. Was there any property that anyone felt that Conservation was interested in?
Yeah, so as they're required, they're supposed to get recommendations from the planning board and conservation on anything they see, and the departments they send it to as well, anything
Did
they
you
see.
see anything?
Well, there's a vacant lot, it's a lot without a building on it, let's put it that way, in
There were lots, I
Hennardville.
think.
Yeah.
Is it the one near the circle?
Is this it?
Yeah, there's no road leading to it.
Right, it has
Is
a
it
paper
Woodbine?
road
It's
access.
on Libby.
On Libby,
On
okay.
Libby, it's,
I need that.
166719.
well, I wasn't even sure if we had permission to walk out there, because I don't know how you would get to it.
Okay, on that one, I can tell you, I believe, let me look at it, if that's the one that's also Libby Street and goes to Orchard Street.
I think so.
So that one, I believe, I've been approached, that there's someone looking at purchasing it and building and extending Libby Street to build, a duplex.
Well, my question to the selectmen would be, is this a parcel that would be useful for some town thing like a recreation or playground or, I don't know, I didn't walk it, so I haven't looked at it to see what it is, but there isn't a lot of open land in that part of town, and I didn't know if the selectmen would be thinking they might want it for some purpose other than a house lot.
You gotta understand, we just can't take it.
No, I know you can't, yeah.
So, if it comes to the point where it comes to the Board of Selectmen, we'll probably look at it then.
Okay.
But the chances, very few of these ever
They
reach.
never make
Yeah.
it quite that far, do they?
Like, I got
Very
it,
few ever reach us.
Well, I just wanted to throw that
Yeah,
out, that,
you got it.
that it is a vacant piece of property in a very dense area.
So the selectmen's looking for the input on conservation, if what conservation would want with that property, I think is what.
Conservation would
Yeah.
probably.
and it may no longer be on this list, I have not been given an updated list,
Right,
and I can
right.
tell you people are coming and paying them.
I would say it has absolutely no value as conservation land or
No.
in any way, shape, or form. But as to your question, it'd be a good question for Parks and Rec, but I don't know if they even get this list anymore.
think
I
that-
believe they do.
Right?
Doesn't it go to all the town departments, or is it
Yeah,
just?
they all have to sign
I
off on it.
think it
Because they would
would
be
be,
the ones.
Well, that was
would be involved with the
that's what
playground.
came to my mind, was
yeah,
that,
would- as far as
you-
being, there was nothing for conservation.
no,
So we need a motion to pass on a specific comment, whether you want to, you could do a motion saying we don't see any conservation value, however, we think Parks and Rec
We
should
go
be.
through Each one, make a motion on
Somebody
each
wanna
one.
make-
No, you don't, you can do it just as we have no, we don't see it,
comment,
yeah,
no.
unless you see another one that's of interest.
I didn't see any that were
I
interested.
didn't. I looked
Want to
at
make that
them
motion that Patty just said, Susan?
I mean, it's up to you, like, if you- we
We
have
don't-
see no conservation value.
I think we just leave it there.
And
Yeah.
not make a recommendation on taking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to make the, who wants to make a
Did you,
motion?
Did you make that? Yeah.
Susan,
Give me
motion?
a second.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Okay. Also, recommendations needed to be forwarded to the select board to appoint a conservation commission member to take Collis's place on the Village Bridge ad hoc committee. Also attached to the agenda is the September meeting that we have So we need someone to
Anyone
replace
wanna do it?
Wallace. Is that the same as what you have, Jane? Or you're on the,
She's on the damn one.
I'm on the river
river?
advisory committee.
Okay, this is,
She's on that other damn committee.
Yeah, that other damn committee.
This is the only one Derek had sent to me asking about, and I don't, Collis was on both, but it may be because Jane's already on it, he's only asking if for the, I have no idea.
Well,
But this
it's,
is the one he asked for.
It's, the Village Bridge, I think, was, and maybe Peter can enlighten us, but I thought the Village Bridge was a project to try to have a footbridge
Yeah.
across the river, which really wasn't connected to the Hadley Falls Dam removal.
No,
they need somebody from
It's
conservation for that?
completely separate committee. It's been around for a few years now.
Oh,
Do they need somebody?
So this is, the reason why conservation is on is because it's crossing the river,
Right.
okay? And I don't know if you all know that they got turned down by the DOT last week.
Okay.
And so they have to start over again, try to find some of the, so it went to DOT, they had a recommendation from the Southern New Hampshire Planning. And it went to, when DOT was going through their list of stuff, that one got kicked out. So it was not approved.
The footbridge,
Right.
okay. So is the committee gonna stay in
Well, I would think
existence?
the committee's still gonna try to stay there and find some other way of financing. I think, I haven't heard anything saying we're not, so, and there's a meeting scheduled, I think.
September
September
2nd,
Yeah, September
which you
2nd,
got
that's
everything
right.
mailed to you about the meeting in the
Yeah.
minutes.
Do we need somebody for that committee? Either?
Well, I would
He's
recommend
asking
it.
for a member
A member?
Yeah.
to be recommended to be appointed to the
Anybody
committee.
wanna do that, go to that meeting on
Well,
September?
I could go to that meeting, but I don't wanna,
Commit yourself to,
I don't wanna do both of those meetings, that's a lot.
and that may not even last long, that,
Well, yeah, that probably won't last very long. I don't know if they're gonna try to do something different. That all has to do with financing now. So,
That's
trying to find money.
not my.
Do you want to have alternating people go
Well,
and just request that we be?
I will go on the 2nd, I'm pretty sure I'm available, so
Okay, then-
I will go on the 2nd, and then,
That's next Tuesday, right?
yeah,
then
Yeah.
you can report back to us.
I'll report back, but
You may not
maybe
do it.
somebody else can do it the next time.
We'll start there.
I'll let him know that the commission's thinking about, who would be appointed to
Yeah.
it, and at this time, you're just gonna go to this first
I'll go
meeting.
on this, I'll
That's
go
what I'll,
on the
re-
2nd.
that's
yeah.
what I'll let him know.
So Jane Raymond's gonna cover until somebody,
Gets
Well,
appointed.
I'll do
At least
one,
this
and
one
then
meeting.
right.
I'll cry.
So do we need to recommend her? for that?
Okay, and the third one we have.
I'll just
for-
let him know she's gonna attend.
So we have Jane, do we have to vote for Jane?
To
Be on-
represent conservation on September 2nd? Yeah, you can.
Right. So
And
like
Andrew
something-
did it.
Yeah, I recommend Jane.
Thank you, thank you. It's really easy, isn't it?
Amy seconded. Vote all in
All
favor.
those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Just Jane.
And when I can just ask him if he just lets me know when they're meeting, because I don't think they met all the time either.
Well,
Do they meet faithfully every month?
They did in the past, but over the past few months after they put all their eggs in one basket on
They-
that one grant. And after it was submitted, they were not meeting, waiting to hear the results, but
Exactly.
that's what happens when you put all your eggs in one
I
basket.
think they lost to Manchester, got something.
Yeah, there were 3 that had made the finalist list for the Southern New Hampshire planning. One was a rail trail, I think it was Hudson or, I don't know, one of the southern towns. And then Manchester's proposal and Goffstown and Southern New Hampshire planning put the Goffstown rating on top, which kind of surprised me because I would have thought Manchester from the beginning would get it just because it impacts more people and bigger bang for the dollar. Apparently that's what DOT thought too, so.
Okay. Okay, now we need a recommendation is needed to be forwarded to the select board for granting a permanent easement crossing the place for condominiums to be located off of Mass Road,
That's
map
this.
5, lot
Is that this?
54
Yeah.
and 54-1. And this is the map in front of you.
Yeah.
They've already started, we already had a public hearing. Our first public hearing was Monday night.
Okay.
So our second public hearing, or our next meeting, which, maybe the 8th or the 9th, I can't remember which date.
And
I don't know, because, planning needs to make a
they're going to
recommendation
change the rail trail up into the red section, Patty was explaining it.
Yeah, so you can read it, and I know it's hard because it's small, but like,
They're
so
gonna-
they're giving them a permanent easement to cross for their utilities, that's the green area.
And
I
that's
mean,
what
there
we're-
are things already in there, but now it's feeding into the development, so that's what they're asking for. Too, along with the town, we get the easement for where they need the crossing up to more of the entrance, which is kind of supported, because it took it away further from the road.
Mhm.
And they'll make it like more pretty and that type of-
Well,
Is there
it's-
gonna be some kind of light for people to button so they can get across?
I mean, they may have lighting at their entrance going in, but generally
across
the
the
rail
road.
trail is not lit.
Normally on something like that, they just put stop signs.
Okay.
Oh, you may try, light,
At
yeah,
the
no,
crosswalk
not
or
them.
across
For
their
them.
driveway, yeah.
I mean, if you looked at Morgan Estates, there's a rail trail crossing in their development, it's actually really nice,
Okay.
if you ever.
I mean, it seems to me this has been done before in other places.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's numerous places down there that's been
So-
done.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
when
The
you're
other
on the rail
places have-
trails, including the Manchester part, a lot of them are just straight across. They have the stop signs, but they're straight across. So did they go into detail as to why this diversion? Was there a
Because of the-
specific,
I think it's because of the utilities.
Well, there's really no diversion there, it goes straight
So-
across.
well,
Well, it
the
goes
rail
up.
trail went
The
straight across
permanent
before, now they're
easements?
curving it up
Oh,
into the main
because of that,
area.
it's because of the angle, the way the.
Yes, do they all have
there's a
permanent
hump there.
crossings?
yeah, it's kind of going, I think it's the
I know
angle,
exactly what you're talking
and
about.
it's also,
too
I
steep.
A bit of
think,
a,
It's
yeah.
too steep.
because they're also gonna, that's kind of where also, I think isn't that like the kids who will, if there's ever waiting for the bus? The DOT, I think, also want it kind of pushed away from
they
the Mass
I
Road.
feel like safety wise, they probably want it at
To push it back,
that end of that, where it turns into a T too, so
they should push back in the road
Well,
quite a bit,
it
right?
must be why, right?
Yeah, I
don't
assume there
know.
was probably some safety reason, but
Do most of
there's
them
no
have a
explanation
permanent
here, so that's
Well,
why
I
I'm.
can tell you
Oh,
one of
yeah,
them
yeah.
was that,
Or is
the
this
way
one
that
something
the
that-
angle
This is
going
different,
into
because
it
there
was
is
so
something
steep.
was so
like
steep
steep.
that they
We're
wanted
gonna-
to get it,
we're
cars
gonna
up on
give us
top of
an
it, so as
easement
they're going
there.
up there,
We
the rail
want
trail
the
doesn't come
easement
right in the
for-
middle
So
of
they
that.
All our
of that
utilities,
So they're gonna give us
it's
a-
not just
Thank you.
our own sewer.
He's giving us
Um,
It's a lot of use on that rail trail.
the permanent
See people
easement
out
is
there
for
all the
us.
time.
Well,
Both,
me.
both, some for us,
Well-
some for them, right?
yeah, because the town, because
The town's-
they're getting their utilities going into their
And
development
then we're
through there,
getting the
so
other
they
one.
need the permanent easement. And in turn, they're also granting an easement to move the rail trail up slightly, so it kind of goes up.
So,
I
yeah.
mean,
So the pink will be an easement to,
yeah, and
To
then
the
that's what
town.
I'm reading, proposed trail
Yeah.
easement, proposed gravel, they're saying a fenced area.
Uh-huh.
It says 2 rail fence, I mean, I think it will look nice.
And we're just voting on the green area, is that correct?
You're just, well,
I
it's
think-
both, 'cause
That's
to me, when you
from the
grant,
wording, I was
they
trying
need-
to clarify.
Yeah, I asked Joanne about it for clarification, because generally when even we're receiving an easement like this,
Mhm.
you get input, you know, it's land acquisition.
But the rail trail is really under the selectmen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who we're making the recommendation.
That's what we're making the
to.
recommendation to.
Okay.
So, do we have any,
So, you can, if you make it, you can make it, easement as proposed for, the rail trail
Relocation.
relocation and for the granting the development of permanent easement, because it's, they're getting, there's utilities there, but they're not feeding into a development. So now they need the easement to feed into their development, because they're gonna be on sewer and water,
they have to get them in there?
and that's where it will come in from.
Okay. Somebody wanna make that motion that Patty just mentioned?
I'll make that motion.
We have a second on it?
I'll second.
To
All those in
town.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Abstaining? Okay, we have just a few things under the correspondence,
Andrew seconded, or
Jane.
Jane
Jane.
seconded?
and
It's me and my deep voice.
Okay, and Sue
We'll
made
see.
the
Okay,
motion.
Disguised as Andrew.
Okay,
okay, we have a copy from the New Hampshire DES for wetland permits, map 4, lot 87-6 and 87-6-1 for the Woodland Village Apartments on Bog Road. Circle.
And this is already an approved project that they're
It's been approved, but
doing.
there's correspondence there.
Is this it? No,
Anybody
that's,
have-
No,
no, that's the rail trail again.
That's a
Okay.
real, there's no,
Wait a minute.
there's nothing.
No, it's just in here of everything,
It's
it's
just
part of their
mentioning it.
project of what they
It's
have to
already been
do.
approved. And then a ZBA, a butters notice for rebuilding a home on 129 Mountain Base Road, map 41, lot 2. This will also have to be taken to the planning board for impact on the out of 50 of the WSWC district buffer. This will require a shoreland permit. This proposal will be before the council once it is submitted for the application, and that's the little trolley car.
It didn't
Yeah.
look like a trolley car to me.
Huh?
It looked white.
I'm like, now, there's 2 of them on Mountain Base that are gonna be coming in. I believe,
Well, this one was,
no, this is the trolley car.
This is a car.
Is it
Because
on
the
the-
recommend,
on
this
the
is one
lakes?
before ZBA right
is it
now.
on the side? No, there's one, there's a road, there's one on the left of a road as you're going in, that's not directly next to the water. And then there's this little white one that's right next to the water.
I don't think it's wet.
Well, wherever the current house is, they're
Uh-huh.
taking the trolley car that's on their property. They went to historic district, they supported it, they're gonna move it to the front and build the house, a new house with a trolley car in the front to be viewed by people that, are in the area for a scenic view.
But it
So they're
says-
going to they're going to ZBA because they don't meet the lot size, frontage, and setbacks, but they'll need to come to planning because a portion of where they're putting the structure and the trolley car will be in, a little bit in the, outer buffer. So they'll have to come in for that. They also need a shoreline permit, which they haven't obtained that yet.
So they'll be back.
So they'll have to come in before you guys.
Well, I
And
was,
I put you on, and conservation abuts this lot.
Right.
As a butter notification, you are in a butter, the selectmen have it too.
okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe we ought to look at it a little more closely, because I think it's wetter than they're claiming it is.
It's swampy.
Well, we'll see it
So-
when it
We'll see it
comes,
when it comes back
when
in.
it comes back to us. We don't have
Okay.
any plan, we have
So are
nothing.
They can't build yet until they do the other
They
part.
have to do the other part first.
Their first step is to
Okay.
get, because there's a few variances, it's even, building coverage, they're over the coverage, the setback on the, I think it's the front and the side, and then it's the area, so they have to get through that, and then they'll have to come into us
Yeah.
and review their impacts to the buffer.
So they'll be back.
I think it's pretty wet right there.
Okay, and the last one was a copy of an email from Bruce Gupke
Oh,
regarding
yes.
more information submitted to New Hampshire DES for the wetland permit on Acorn Drive, map 6, lot 54.1.
Right.
And he's keeping us in the loop on everything. He's
Right.
forwarding me any correspondence he gets.
And I read through that, and it didn't look like there was anything really different from what we originally saw when we walked it. The amount of, the square feet of impact for the driveway has not changed. They went back out and remapped it, and it didn't change.
Okay, and we might go back to do the corrections and acceptance of the minutes for July 23rd, 2025. Anybody find anything? I didn't,
Looked good to me.
no, wanted something?
I did see that Jane's name is spelled wrong on the first page, but how you
I
know
was
it?
just gonna say,
Right there.
yeah,
Raymond
Second
or
pair.
Jane?
It says Jame.
Jane?
I have an N in my name
Probably
and
'cause
not
it-
an M,
it's
that's
a-
okay.
N's and M's, they sound the same.
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
On the first page?
Yeah,
Yeah, second paragraph from the
right
bottom.
down the
Second
bottom.
paragraph.
So you're
Is that
not
it?
Jamie?
That's it?
No, not today.
Other than that.
I didn't see anything, I'm looking at it again, but I didn't see anything else.
So Jane's making the motion to correct.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, I should add the Piscataqua River Committee update. They had a meeting
Can we
Wednesday.
finish with the minutes?
Oh,
Because
okay.
I need a second.
Oh, we
I'll
need a
second it, I'll second the minutes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, now Jane, go ahead now.
Well, I was unable to attend, and so I apologize for that, but it was, the whole purpose of that meeting was to vote to support the DES application to remove, and they voted no. So, I don't know,
Well, that's semi-right, there was
they wanted
the
more
recommendation
information.
to the selectmen.
Right,
Right.
yeah,
They weren't making us to the state, they were making a recommendation to the select board, and the select board was gonna makes the recommendation to the state.
but I think of most of the issue from what I could read from the minutes was they still had questions that hadn't been answered.
Right.
So, I will try to go to that the next time, I just have
Well,
house for company.
if you had anybody bothered to watch the meeting Monday night with the select board, we had Corey come in, and he went through the whole list of questions,
Okay,
and,
he's very good.
yeah, and hopefully he answered everybody's questions that they had. The only thing is, there's still some people that think that there are other options to do the dam, but the select board was dealing what was in front of us, which is a recommendation for a grant to do the dam. And the board of selectmen voted to support it 4-1.
Excellent, okay, good.
Okay, so, David, do you have anything for open space?
No, not really. I still haven't heard from anybody in DC on when they're gonna be able to do the closing, because nobody's answering the phone. I've been pulling together, working on the rewrite of the NRI document, pulling a lot of data down and making tons of maps and all that good stuff. One of the things I wanted to do was just, get the climate records for Goffstown, because we are warming up, and I thought that would be interesting to show and how that might impact us. You can't pull the data off the NOAA websites, it's all been removed. You go to the links and you get 404s, error can't be found. You go to one tool where you could search and specify the data you want, it looks like, you're gonna get it now, and then it throws up a message saying, well, we're working on updating the database. We don't know when it'll be available again. Sorry for the inconvenience, but it'll be many weeks before it's ready. In other words, it's digital book burning. It's equivalent of what we've seen historically in the past. It's completely disgusting and obscene, but that's the reality we're living in right now.
Okay, thank you, and nothing else, will somebody make a motion to adjourn?
I have, one other thing. So I don't know, we don't have a copy of our budget here.
No,
I signed up to go to the Northeastern Old Growth Conference, which is being held again. And so if we had the money, I'm gonna request
oh, we
some
definitely do.
reimbursement, but I don't know where we stand.
The Northeastern what conference?
It's
The
the
Old-
Northeastern
Old-
Old Growth Conference. The last one was a couple of years ago, and I think it's the best conference I ever went to. We learned so much there.
Where is it located?
This year it's in Vermont. It's Middleborough College's Bread Loaf campus. It's a little
Oh,
extension
that's a
campus
great
of that.
cross country skiing there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Never been there.
Middlebury, yeah.
It's 4 days.
Do you have to
Be
go all
there.
4 days? I mean, is
No.
it, could you just go for one or two?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Plus the cost.
Yeah,
It's $400 for the registration fee, and it's $75 a night for lodging, so
that I don't know. I mean, I guess you can vote on, I mean, usually if someone goes to a conference, we reimburse them for, like, it's usually like a day thing. I don't know about lodging.
yeah.
What's left in your budget, When is this,
No.
Dave?
Oh, we've got money left. We don't really
September
use a lot of money.
17th through the 20th.
Of this coming September?
So
Yeah.
just coming.
So that depends on what you have in your budget, if you wanna allocate it for him, but you'd have to do it now because you won't have another meeting before that.
So if you guys make a motion for the amount, what's the cost? I'll write it.
It's 400 for the, is it 400 for the,
400 for the registration, and
Is it 3 nights?
3 nights lodging at $75 each, so it's like $625. It is a lot more than the last time. The last time it was $270.
So it's $1,000, $1,025.
What? No, it's 625.
625.
Oh, I thought you said 400 and then, oh, 625 total.
Yeah.
Okay, I was getting 400
He
plus
was, he
620.
added it all up before.
Okay. Well, it's up to you guys to make, you do have money in the budget. I've
What
not
else do
received
we
any-
spend, when?
I haven't received anything to do with milfoil
Milfoil.
Okay.
still.
Drop
The
my-
other item is the dues, but they keep, they
Pushed
push
it
it
into the
into the next
next
year. So I imagine that would happen again. I mean, so you do have money.
Oh, that's.
And you don't have,
there
you're
might
not
be-
paying a minute taker.
There might be others, no, there might be others here that wanna go to
Sarcasm
the
there.
NHACC conference, which would also, you know, I won't be going to that, but there might be others here
I'm
too.
not this year.
Which conference is that, David?
The NHACC,
New Hampshire
New Hampshire Association of
Conservation
Conservation
Commissions.
Commissions.
And how much is that? Do we know
Oh,
what
I
that is
don't know.
gonna cost us?
That's just a day thing,
That's
isn't
just a
it?
That's a
day
day,
thing.
Yeah.
that's a day.
It's a day
So that's,
one.
it's
Like
probably under.
$50 or something.
Yeah, it can't be more than 100.
You never know.
That's true, yeah, could be. I make the motion that we give David the necessary money to cover the registration and the 3 nights in Bread Loaf for the Old Growth Forest Conference.
Okay, do we have a second? Someone, Susan?
Assuming we have the money in the budget.
We do.
If we don't have money, well,
You'll have
All
to
those
Can I,
in
can I
favor?
make a recommendation to your,
What do you know?
to your motion is that the chair review the budget to make sure you can afford it?
Yeah, that sounds better, yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Oh, and David abstained. Okay, we have a motion now to adjourn. Susan,
So move.
seconded?
Jane.
Jane? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstained.
Almost 15 minutes.
Okay,
Man, I was at a
the meeting